Hey, what's up, Afro Nation? This is Afro X, and as you can see, you're my boy, Island Man, Island Man Manuel.
I'll
Hard to
I'll be
say.
an island man for once. I am 30 years old. I might as
Oh,
well at
Island
some
Boy,
point.
Island Boy Manuel. From Tomorrow Cinema, one of the greatest YouTube channels that I've ever come across.
He's absolutely right about that. One of the greatest.
Yes. And I just wanted to say a big thank you for getting me to 100 subscribers. And I know I said I would give you a shout out to, you won't believe it, for being my 100 subscriber. And I will make sure to get that shout out in the next video. My computer really took a crap on me, and I'm waiting for stuff. And oh hey Jordan. Anyway, I'm waiting for new stuff so I can start editing again. So we'll get that in the next video. I I do promise you. Also, something I should include is I am really going to try to get another Anime Origins here. And I will say, no matter what is done with my channel, no matter if we're an anime channel, variety, dog videos, I still want to keep doing Anime Origins.
What is a variety dog video?
Well, I would say...
Because that would be awesome. I want to see a dog that is acting, singing, and maybe juggling on a video.
Yes, variety dog videos. Yeah. Anyway, on this video, what we're going to be talking about is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Obviously, wearing my Marvel shirt today with all the superheroes on it. That's really exciting. So, starting off, I just want to say, like, what do you think of where the Marvel Universe has gone so far?
Well, I think the Marvel Cinematic Universe has gone in the directions we expected it to go in terms of the big three. Thor, Iron Man, Captain America. Those films have kind of hit the trajectory we thought they would. I will say of those three, I'm most surprised with Captain America not being my favorite first film in Phase 1, quickly becoming my favorite film of Phase 2, and possibly Phase 3 with Civil War. Great films there. Thor came out of nowhere. The first Thor... that fish out of water kind of goofiness. I wasn't huge on it. I thought it was like a romantic comedy kind of. I wasn't feeling it. The second film, even more so, wasn't feeling it. Taika did an amazing job with Ragnarok. Ragnarok was so good. But I think those three went exactly where they needed to. The supporting characters, I think, are the story of the day. Ant-Man, Guardians of the Galaxy, Doc Strange, Black Panther. I don't think anyone expected Black Panther to be as big as it was. I feel like Black Panther was something Marvel did because they were like, because people were criticizing them, saying, "Oh, it's a bunch of white guys saving the universe again," and so that we'll put out Black Panther, that'll appease the masses. But what Ryan Coogler did with Black Panther was make a phenomenal film. It is a great movie, secondary to being a great superhero.
Oh yeah,
and I think that's what really made the difference. So the supporting cast of characters in the MCU are really the story of the day.
I completely agree with you on Black Panther there, because Killmonger has easily become one of my favorite villains in the MCU, and everybody says, "Oh, Thanos," and don't get me wrong, Thanos is great. But I will say Killmonger was one of my favorites just because he was the first villain in the MCU that we could kind of understand, that we could kind of empathize with. Where I see like the MCU has gone so far is just that Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, those all set up for what we expect now a Marvel movie to be, how it's going to play out, pretty much how long it's going to be, stuff like that. And so we come into the theater expecting the same thing, but of course, having different directors for the movies, we never quite know exactly what we're going to get in a movie. And that's why, like you were saying, the humor in Thor is so different from the humor in the other movies. And then you have like James Gunn doing the Guardians of the Galaxy movies and stuff, and how he really just punches in the humor in those ones. And I just think that's really good. Moving forward, in like both literary terms and moving forward in the MCU, I wanted to see what you think is the next step for the MCU. Where are we going in the future?
I think we're going to split it into the multiverse. I think Benedict Cumberbatch has already dropped the ball and spoiled that for us by saying we're going to go into different dimensions, different realms. I think that opens up a lot of possibilities for the newly acquired Fox properties to find their way back home. The X-Men and the Fantastic Four. They've already decided.
One tier for Deadpool.
Yeah, tier for Deadpool. Yeah, Deadpool. I luckily Ryan Reynolds has already said he doesn't want to make another Deadpool film. He'll do X-Force, and he thinks Deadpool should be a supporting character in other films. So I don't think we have anything to lose there. I don't think Disney's ever going to really let them go hard R again. But
you make two, you nailed it.
Yeah, I think I think Deadpool did a great job being something completely different that we hadn't seen before. I do think it's going to take a little bit of the punch out of X-Force. I don't think X-Force is going to be as good as it could have been had Disney not acquired Fox.
Yep.
But I also think if they keep the Fox name, 20th Century Fox, for those films, they could continue to do X-Men and continue to do Deadpool apart, just like they do with Touchstone or Emblem. Keep them as a kind of a separate entity from Disney.
Disney acquiring Fox might be one of the biggest drags for Deadpool, because I have a secret wish for the Deadpool franchise, and that is when everything is said and done, when the whole MCU is done, I wanted to go out with a bang with Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe movie, which would be so much fun to do.
And no,
they'll never do that.
But it is fun to think. It is fun to think.
Yes, we can wish for that as much as we can wish for a Marvel versus DC movie. Yeah.
So the MCU, I think we'll see more of these obscure characters as they let their big franchises, as they let those characters go. Iron Man, he'll be done after Avengers 4. He might make a cameo here or there. I think they'll name drop the hell out of Stark. I think you'll hear his name a lot. Stark Tech. Stark. I don't think you're gonna get any more real Robert Downey Jr. That guy's expensive.
Oh yeah.
So I don't think you'll see him anymore. I think Evans will be done with Cap. As much as we all or take over the mantle as Cap simmer down a little bit. I don't think we'll see either of those characters take on the mantle anytime soon. Anyway. I think we might get like a little what if scenario in Avengers 4. We already know there's going to be a older Cassie Lang, so we might see Bucky or Falcon or both as maybe a team Cap. In a dystopian future where where the heroes have all gone. We might see. Well, we won't see Bucky because he's gone in the snap.
Yeah,
we might see some of these characters and the Captain America mantle. We might even see the Latina Captain America in the comics make an appearance. We just don't know. But it's a fun little tease for the fans without having to commit. So I think that we might see that.
A small admittance of guilt here. I've seen every Marvel movie except for the first two Captain America movies. I have not seen the first two, and I feel ashamed.
Don't feel ashamed about First Avenger. That movie is horrible.
Okay.
It's boring. It really is. The first Avenger is bad. There's no reason to watch it, and especially if you've seen Infinity War, you already know that the villain doesn't get his comeuppance in the end anyway. You already know what you need to know.
Yeah.
Red Skull got taken by the Tesseract. He searched for the rest of the stones and somehow got trapped as kind of this guide to the Soul Stone. So that's all you need to know from that one.
Yeah.
But Winter Soldier, easily one of the best MCU films. You're definitely missing out there.
Yes. So as Manuel was saying, we'll let you kind of talk about it, but you were saying there's two different paths that we're going to go on, and the paths that we're kind of looking at are we're looking at a Captain Marvel path and a Scott Lang path.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So my theory for the MCU and how we're going to wrap up this whole Infinity War ugliness, is that Scott Lang is currently trapped in the quantum realm. I think he's going to, at the end of the day, say, I have to get out of here some way. He's going to go into a time vortex, end up in a dystopian future with an adult or a teenage Cassie Lang, an older Iron Man who already has a child with Pepper Potts, because Gwyneth Paltrow decided to spoil that little tidbit.
Oh boy,
for us.
did she!
And,
Worse than Tom Holland.
So I think what I think they'll do is we'll get a nice set piece with the final Avengers making some sort of stand maybe against some sort of Black Order or something that's going on on Earth in that dystopian future. But they'll eventually come down to gathering quantum elements so that they can travel back in time to the events of Avengers 1 and possibly a little bit into Age of Ultron. It's a nice throwback for the fans. But those are two films that directly where the Avengers have possession of two different Infinity Stones, and so those will be good time periods to go back and destroy stones before Thanos can get to them. So I think that's something that we'll see.
Yep.
And then Captain Marvel, I think, is going to show up at the end and fight Thanos, because Thanos isn't going to be too happy about somebody destroying the Infinity Stones.
Oh yeah. My theory on where the MCU is headed is, I also agree with the two timelines, but I think that in the Captain Marvel timeline, that in that one way they will try to defeat Thanos with Captain Marvel, and then they'll also have Scott Lang going back in time to try to warn them. My idea is in the Scott Lang timeline is that what's going to happen is kind of what happens in the comics, because in the comics, a quick little look into them. Excuse me. Nebula actually takes the Infinity Gauntlet from Thanos and manages to reverse everything that has been going on, and snap and all of that stuff. And so my theory is that it's going to go kind of like in the comics. In the comics, there are a few groups of people and a few individual people who have gotten control of the Infinity Gauntlet. One of those people was Tony Stark himself. He became the first human to ever wield the Infinity Gauntlet. And my theory is that he is going to get the Infinity Gauntlet once Nebula takes it, and he's going to be the one to defeat Thanos, and but that the power of the Infinity Gauntlet will be too much for him, and he'll die sacrificing himself to save the entire universe, which is a good way to get Robert Downey Jr. Out as a character and give him a very good, very noble send-off. But I think my theory is that it'll just be a very big moment when everybody's like, oh my gosh, Tony Stark's the first person, or the first human to wield the Infinity Gauntlet.
Mm-hmm. Nope, I think that's a fair assessment. It's a good send off for Downey Jr. I think that will end up killing off Chris Evans at some point in Avengers 4 as well. Just give him a nice good send off, because they couldn't kill him in the Wakanda battle at the end of the end of Infinity War, because he would have just been one of many casualties, and you're going to want him to go out. You're going to want him to go out in a very poignant way to send that character out.
Yeah. Well, looking forward, but a little too off skew. I almost forgot. For right now, we're going to move on to what Marvel movies are you excited to see coming out?
I'm excited to see Black Panther 2. I want to see where they go with that character. I honestly don't think they necessarily have to reverse the snap in Black Panther 2, but they will, because it's coming out after Avengers 4. But it would have been nice to see Shuri take on the mantle of Black Panther. She's done it before. In the Mangaverse, she actually took on the mantle of Doctor Doom, which I thought was pretty interesting, especially now that Marvel has the rights.
Oh, interesting.
So that could be an interesting way to go with the character. I just really like Shuri. I do think we're gonna see a Ironheart-esque character rising up in the ranks in Phase 4, because they're already pushing Riri. She's getting her own book. They're really pushing her in the comic books. I think that we'll see an Ironheart type character, and I don't think that it's out of the realm of possibility that could be very well be Black Panther's sister. So interested to see that all of that play out. Um, I want to see if Thor is going to get some more movies.
Okay.
Helmsworth has said he wants to do more. He's willing to extend his contract. So if Taika continues on this humorous path that he's put Thor on, I'd be all in, because I didn't care for Thor 1 or Thor 2. So Thor Ragnarok was so darn good. I wouldn't mind seeing more of that universe.
The movies I'm excited for, also Black Panther 2. But I am excited to see if there's going to be a Doctor Strange 2. I absolutely loved the first Doctor Strange. It was pure eye candy. And obviously, you guys know if there's anything to do with time control or time travel, like, I will not get up to get more popcorn or go to the bathroom or anything in a movie. I absolutely love those kind of movies. But I'm hoping there is a Doctor Strange 2. And from what I've heard, not sure, these are just rumors and theories, but they've thought about having Doctor Strange 2 be set with the villain being Nightmare in the dream world for the next Doctor Strange villain. And I think that'd be a really cool concept to do. While watching Ultimate Spider-Man, I actually got to see the episode where they go into the dream realm and fight Nightmare. And it's really interesting to see. I think maybe also the dream realm could be a tie-in to maybe helping out Scott Lang in the quantum realm, perhaps. So that looks really good. And obviously, I think I speak for both of us when I say everybody's waiting for Guardians 3.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it is on indefinite hold. Disney did announce a new creative team has been found. They haven't announced who that new creative team is. My money is on Taika Waititi taking over for James Gunn. They have similar comedic sensibilities. So I think that could be a good fit. I just don't think you're going to get the Guardians back on board, especially not Batista. I think you're going to have a real hard time. And Drax is a standout character. Batista has really crafted a standout character. So I'm nervous, to say the least. You could go with the original Guardians, which we saw in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, led by Sylvester Stallone. You could see all of those characters, but again, I don't see it. I don't see Expendables in space working.
Right.
But they'll be. You could maybe supplement Drax or some of the other characters. But I hopefully they can figure something out. You know, I kind of don't want Disney to reverse course on James Gunn, because what James Gunn said on Twitter has to have consequences.
Yes.
It's the world we live in now. If we're gonna judge one person by Twitter, if we're gonna, I don't like Roseanne Barr, but if we're gonna take her job away because of Twitter, then James Gunn should be held to the same standard. So that said, it's a shame what happened. It really is. But I hope we get to see Guardians 3. I'd like to see more of those characters.
One of the theories that's been floating around recently that just came to mind, actually, is that people are thinking that after this phase, after the Infinity War phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that they're going to kind of start up the next phase of it, and it's going to be leading to an ending of Secret Wars. And Secret Wars is a comic series where not only do you have all the heroes from the basic Earth that we have in the Marvel universe, Earth 616, I believe is what they call it, but you will also have heroes from a whole bunch of other Earths, which and I know it's animated, so it's not going to be a tie into the MCU, but I'm also excited for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That seems really fun. But yeah, Secret Wars could be a really interesting thing where a whole bunch of heroes from different universes come along and fight for what they think is right, for the justice of the universe. Now, there's one more movie I want to mention. Not really in the MCU, but still excited for it. In November, I believe it is, Venom is coming out, and I'm really excited for that. And not sure if it's going to get an R rating, But from what I've seen in the trailers, I like how they're playing Venom as not purely like horror movie scary, but he's also going to have a little bit of the humor that he has in the comics.
Yeah, and I think I like the idea of kind of going in with this Ultimate Carnage style of story, right? We're going to see him fighting multiple symbiotes. It's not exactly Ultimate Carnage, but it's really close to it, right? Maximum Carnage. Sorry. So I'm excited to see that storyline play out. I do worry a bit about the R rating. I think the film would be a better film as an R rated film. I don't think Sony is going to get their wish of having Spider-Man cameo in it because Disney does not want their friendly neighborhood Spider-Man anywhere near an R rating.
Well, and of course, we want a film for a story. We don't want an R rating just so that it can have all the gore that anybody wants in it.
Yeah. But I do think an R-rated. Now, yeah, I can eat my words, guys, because I said the same exact thing with Deadpool. But I think an R-rated Venom is a one and done situation.
Yep.
I don't think we see a Venom 2, a Venom 3, if it's R-rated. This film also needs to sell merchandise. So
if you're imagining cool logos for a movie, like V3 would be really cool.
No, it would be. How's it going, guys? I saw you. It was your 100th subscriber.
Oh,
was on
no
there.
way.
So anyway, guys, I do worry that if we go with a hard R Venom, it's a one and done, and I don't think he's playing with Sinister Six or any of the other villains.
If it makes them enough money, there'll be a number 2.
Yep, and like I said, I can eat my words because Deadpool made a buttload of cash, and I didn't think it was going to. I believe I said in our last episode, our Wolverine review, that everyone should go see Deadpool so it makes money so we can get more Deadpool films. I'd love to see the same with Venom, but I think what Sony is trying to set up with the Sinister Six and with Spider-Man Far From Home, I worry that Tom Hardy won't get to play in that if they go hard R.
Yeah.
I worry about that.
Speaking of Far From Home, I know they're setting up for Sinister Six, and I this is just one of my wishes. I doubt it's going to happen, but I wish that they would do a live action Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah.
I think the problem with Into the Spider-Verse, just as a story in general, if you read the comics, even there's episodes where you turn to the first panel and there's already like 7 new Spider-Men that you didn't even know about. So and Spider-Geddon does a very similar thing. It's hard to tell. Yep, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell what's going on in some of those stories when you're doing that. But it's an interesting story. It's a great story. I like the idea of the Web of Fate. I like the idea of Madam Spider. I like a lot of the ideas.
Shattered Dimensions.
Shattered Dimensions, the video game?
No, wasn't there?
Shattered Dimensions is
is Web of Shadows the one, or the one where he goes into all the different dimensions
in the video game?
Yeah,
Web of Shadows, I believe.
Web of Shadows,
where he goes to Spider-Man Noir and all that.
Yeah.
See, I'm going to respectfully disagree. Spider-Man's one of my favorites. My favorite superheroes. I saw you said he's the worst in your opinion. Totally respect the opinion, but I love the guy.
Yes, Spider-Man is also my favorite superhero. Deadpool at a close second, I'd have to say.
See, me and Deadpool, we don't play well. It's just because I grew up when Deadpool was just coming out in comics, and I thought it was kitschy. I liked his costume. I liked it. I had trading cards. Oh, definitely. Definitely, everyone's got it. But the Deadpool looked cool, but then you read the comics and they were just so goofy. And I thought, well, this is so kitschy. Rob Liefeld's a horrible artist. He's a terrible chauvinist in his works. I've never liked his stuff in general. So me and Deadpool, we didn't play well. I like the movies. I like them for what they are. We don't have anything close to them. But Batman, if I'm going to say DC, Batman is my favorite, hands down.
Oh, yeah. I gotta say, I don't really have a favorite hero in DC, but my favorite character in DC has to be the Joker. Yeah, so excited for a Joker movie coming out, but this is that is a topic for a different day because this is an MCU podcast. Actually, it's not an MCU podcast.
not a podcast.
Not a podcast. So that's all we really had for today. I really liked sitting here with Island Boy Manuel. I'd like to thank all of you for watching, and I just hope you guys have a great time. Keep YouTubing, YouTubers.
Do you mind if I plug my upcoming project?
Oh, absolutely. Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, that's okay. You guys, if you like hearing me talk about crap in general, you can catch me on the UFTA podcast every Thursday night on Facebook, and you can also check out my channel Tomorrow's Cinema right here on YouTube. We'll be starting up the Chamorro Show podcast again, hopefully this winter. So we'll have Afro X back on.
I'm excited for that.
So
Kamikaze Karaoke.
Yeah, Kamikaze Karaoke. Probably should do that. We hit 100 subscribers months and months ago, and we never had a Kamikaze Karaoke to commemorate that. So we should probably do that at some point. But I'll let you get back to your outro. Sorry.
Yes. And actually, I should say, if you guys have any more comments about the MCU, anything you want to say, you can put them down in the comments below. Drop them down there, and I would be happy to reply to your comments anytime. Once again, thanks for 100 subscribers. That is absolutely amazing. 4 years, thought I would never get there, but this is a good milestone for me. And let's hope we get to 1,000. Yep, keep YouTubing, YouTubers. Don't fight the fro, and always remember to stay legendary. I'll see you later, YouTube. Oh, bye-bye.